I'm here to talk to y'all about kale and why you should substitute kale in your everyday diet for lettuce. Um, Kale's one of the healthiest vegetables around. It's very, of course, very good for you. In just half of in half the serving size of lettuce, it has double the nutrients, more than double the nutrients. Among its many benefits is it's great at helps lowering your cholesterol when consuming it. Also, it lowers your risk in getting certain cancers such as bladder and breast cancer. Kale is, to consider kale is one of the healthiest things that you can eat. It has amazing benefits, and learning about these benefits is what you need to do so that you too can make the substitution. But before you decide to go ahead and replace kale for lettuce, lettuce is a stable horse in everyone's diet, so that's going to be hard to replace. You would need to know a little thing, something about it. So I'm here to tell you about what it is, where it came from, how you can get it, how you can cook it, and how you can eat it. First, it's what is kale? Where did it come from? The dictionary has it defined as, it's also called bourcole. It's a cabbage-like cultivated plant of the mustard family, having curled or wrinkled leaves. It's used as a vegetable. Kale is a descendant of wild cabbage, just as broccoli and collards are. It's a plant that is believed to have began in as far back as Asia Minor, and it was brought over to Europe by Celtic wanderers in about 600 BC. There is three different types of kale. There is dinosaur kale, which is kind of a dark blue-green in color. It is a little bit sweeter. It's believed to have been found sometime in the 1800s. There's also ornamental kale, which is more commonly known as salad savory. This one is going to be not near as popular as the rest, and it's has a little more mellow flavor, and it was believed to have been, it wasn't originated until the 1980s. And then the one that is most commonly used is curly kale. That's the one that goes back and that we'll eat and enjoy most of the time today. Curly kale is has ruffled leaves, and it's dark green in color. It has a very pungent, leafy flavor. It's also called, people say it's bitter or peppery. Curly kale was a very significant crop back in ancient Roman times. It was eaten a lot by peasants in the Middle Ages, and it was believed to have come to America in the 1700s by European settlers. Now that you know where it's from, we can talk about its health benefits. It's just so rich in nutrients that it's so good for you. And of all the nutrients, it really stands out in a few key areas. One is its antioxidant, anti-inflammatory nutrients. Kale is very rich in vitamin C and beta-carotene. Also, it's just been found 45 new flavonoids in it, and I guess you would need to know what a flavonoid is. A flavonoid is a large group of water-soluble plant pigments that are beneficial to health. Flavonoids they have antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and antiviral properties. They also help maintain the health of small blood vessels and connective tissue, and some are studied as possible treatments of cancer. It also lowers your cholesterol whenever you consume it. The fiber in the kale will meet with your bile acids, and when they combine, it's a great way that it's how you lower your cholesterol. Also, it's known as well as cancer preventing because of its high vitamin C count, and its ITCs greatly increases your chance of staying cancer free. Mainly with breast, bladder, colon, prostate, and ovary cancer. And I have a chart talks about a few of the nutrients that kale has and lettuce has, and it can really explains how much better for you kale can be. Not that lettuce is unhealthy, but this is for these percentage of daily value of what you need each day. This is double the size for lettuce and half for kale, and kale is this much. In vitamin A, kale has 354% of your daily needs. Lettuce has 163. Vitamin K, kale has 1,327%. To lettuce is 120%. Vitamin C, kale 88 to lettuce is 37. Fiber 10.4 for kale, 7.8 for lettuce. Potassium 8.4 for kale, 7.8 for lettuce. Calcium 9.3 for kale, 3.1 for lettuce. Now that we know how healthy it is, I guess you would need to know where to buy it or how to pick it. You can kale's available at most grocery stores. You can get it year-round. It'd be stored same place they have lettuce or any other vegetables. Kale is good year-round. However, it's best or in season at the end of fall to the beginning of spring is when it's best. But you can always use it. Whenever you're picking it, you want to look for small leaves, small greenish leaves. Of course, don't pick any with any discoloration. If it's yellowish or blackish, or if it has tiny holes in it, you don't want those. If you have it at your house, you'll store it in a plastic bag, let all the air out, just as you would any other kind of lettuce or something, and it'll stay good in your fridge for about 5 days or so. When you prepare, there's different ways to prepare and cook it. Of course, you're going to clean it just like you would any other vegetable. You know, run the water under it, just as a good replacement for lettuce. You know, no one eats lettuce by itself, so I'm not telling you to eat raw kale by itself, because it's not very good raw like that or by itself. But neither is lettuce. So, you know, you can just replace it on a sandwich, same as you would eat lettuce. Or the best way to eat kale is by steaming it. That way it gets all the nutrients out. That's what you really want to do. So all you got to do is, you know, boil a pot of water, you know, chop it into small pieces. You don't really need the stems. You can eat the stems, but you don't have to. Chop it into the small pieces, put it in there, let it boil for about 5 minutes, and there you have it. And you can use it as a side dish, or you can make salad out of it. Put it on a sandwich, like I said, even raw or steamed. Other things, you can fry kale. You know, add garlic and olive to a pan, cut up the leaves, add seasoning. Also, I do have a couple recipes that Bobby Flay has. He says, this is just for sauteing it, just as I said, heat olive oil in a large saucepan over medium-high heat. Add the garlic and cook until soft but not colored. Raise heat to high and add the stock and kale and toss it to combine. Cover and cook for 5 minutes. Remove, cover and cook. Continue to cook, stirring the liquid until it's evaporated. Then season it with salt and pepper to your taste, and add some vinegar too if you like. Also, Emerald has one very similar, just his own little take on how to season it, to saute it as well. He says heat the oil in a large skillet over high heat. Add the onions, salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, and stir fry for 2 minutes. Add garlic, kale, and cook, stirring it occasionally for 8 to 10 minutes. Add a splash of cider vinegar, and the last minute of cooking, remove from the heat, and then serve it immediately. So, there you go. So, in conclusion, you know, you have been not only have you been solicited on why you should eat kale instead of lettuce in your daily diet, but you've also learned something. I'm sure most of y'all probably didn't even know what kale was. Now we have a new favorite vegetable. So now that you know how great kale is for you, you know where it came from, you know how to cook it, how to eat it, and you know little tidbits about it. Now there's no reason why you can't switch that for lettuce and carry on with your life. Thank you.